Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is a VR to Boho Tarot. I will link her video below, and the VR is called Favors, Forevers and Forgotten. And how I understood or how I want to use this kind of prompt that Boho Tarot provided is I'm going to show you 5 decks of each category. So favoring right now are the decks that I love to use, and in this particular moment in time, because you know me, how many decks I have and how often I swap decks, but in this particular time I do favor this deck. So let's start with this. So favors. What do I favor right now? So I do favor, and it probably won't be any surprise, Oracle of Initiation. It's a deck by Melissa Lucia, and it's an oracle deck that was created by her, and I have a review of this deck on my channel, and I have also an interview on the Inspired Tarot Map playlist, which you can check out and see how this deck came to life. And I think it's a fascinating interview, so I highly recommend you to take a look and get to know her a little bit better, because I think she's a really fascinating, inspiring person. And I was very happy to, get her online and chat to her so that you guys also can get a sense of who she is and what she created. So this is Oracle of Initiation. Really amazing, deep, beautiful and inspiring deck that I am favoring right now. Another one is the deck and it's another oracle. I have 3 oracle decks. There you go. So this one is by Monica. What was her surname? I forgot now, but she's the enchantress of Monica Sorry, I forgot her surname. Is there anywhere? Monica Finazzo, yes, Monica Finazzo. And I also have an interview on Inspired Tarot Map with Monica, and she loves essential oils, and her deck, it's really gorgeous. Also have the interview and the review of this deck, but I love the backs, always make me happy to look at the backs, and the cards are great, really great paper, quite thick but yet thin enough for them to be shuffled and even bridge. So if somebody likes riffles, shuffles, and then bridging cards, they shuffle great. Oh, I love this. So this is an oracle deck with essential oils, with a really beautiful booklet as well. Great colors. It's a collaboration deck, so you will see a few different styles in this deck, but all in one. I love using it in my readings. It's one of those decks that you can use for clients and ask them to do like a little ritual if they resonate with a certain oil that they pulled. So it really works for me right now, and I love it. It's beautiful, well made, and with great book, but you can as well check the review of this deck. So I'm favoring this one. Another one that I favor is Way Home Tarot by Baccarat and Autumn Whitehurst, and also a great shuffler. Beautiful tarot deck with this modern kind of rendition, yeah, I really enjoy hanging out with it. It's simple. I love how the court cards are shown. You kind of off that traditional look of them. Some of the cards are so stunning, like this beautiful hermit. Also have a review of this deck. You can take a look if you want to see all the cards, and I am going to post the interview with Baccarat and Autumn in about 2 weeks time. So right now, tomorrow, you are in for a treat. I have invited Sandy from Rose Alchemy Oracle to chat with me, and this is going to be posted tomorrow, so take a look. Another one that I favor is this Ember and Aura Tarot, and by Jamie Richardson, and this is really a wonderful, soft, feminine deck. Totally different vibe, so it's more earthy, and I didn't know that I will like this deck so much, so I didn't expect it. It's such a great reader. It's really beautiful. It's very embracing, but it's not shining from the truth. So yeah, I'm very kind of I'm getting close to this deck with each day that I use it. You know, every time I pull it, I'm building more and more rapport, and I think this is a really fascinating deck. And the last one that I'm favoring, because that will be the 5th one, and I haven't cheated yet. So this one is this Rose Alchemy Oracle by Sandy Hamby, and I do, as I said, I will be posting the interview with Sandy tomorrow. If you like roses, or if you like flowers in general, this is an amazing healing system, and Sandy is a great healer. And actually, I would really advise you to watch this interview tomorrow if you resonate with this type of messages, because she shares a lot of her wisdom and a lot of beautiful information. And this deck is actually on Kickstarter right now as well, but it's an expanded version, so 52 cards I think. I have 45, so she's added another 7 cards called Cosmic Roses, and it's a special system. It comes with a beautiful book. Also have a review of it on my channel, so you can take a look. But I use it in every reading, and I use it nearly every day, unless I feel that I have to work with another, you know, the rose energy for more than a day, which usually also is the case. And it's a great, you know, quality meditation kind of size cards. It's really gorgeous. So this is, these are my favorites right now. So let's move on to Forevers. So I thought in the Forever, you know, in the Forever group, I'm going to show you decks that I know I will never get rid of. They are forever in my collection, they will be forever in my collection, and they are somewhat my favorite decks ever. And right now I chose to choose this 5, because, you know, choosing 5 for me, it's not easy, but I thought I haven't shown these decks before, so I'm going to show them now. So Doddle from Jean Flonroy, amazing, one of my amazing, most loved first and you know, forever loved Tarot de Marseille. And I just love the eyes of these people. I love the images. I love how the cards read together. I used to use this deck a lot when I started my inspirational journey with Tarot de Marseille in 2015. Another one of my forevers is this Tarot of Transformation, and it's also one of those decks that I had like really amazing personal experiences with, but it was a great deck for you know, like guardians kind of connection. And it's just, the book is so psychological, it's amazing, and the artwork is very kind of layered, so you need to like sit and, you know, go into the image to really connect. And it's just one of those decks that is soft, it's feminine. I don't feel like using it, you know, all the time. It's a very specific color scheme as well, but it's so beautiful. So this deck is one of my favorite. It has one of the worst papers, but to be honest, I totally stopped caring so much about the paper and how the decks look. Another one of my favorites is, and forevers, it's the Goliath Tarot deck, and it is a huge deck. So we'll see if you know, if we get another rendition of this deck. But it's black and white. It's very deep. I love the artwork. I love how a lot of cards are depicted. It's very earthy, shamanic. It really speaks on many different levels and touches on like some kind of primal chords in you when you use it. And yeah, I love this deck. It's definitely going to be in my collection forever. So El Goliath Tarot deck. And another one, so the 4th one is Dark Goddess Tarot. I'll never get rid of this deck. I love it so much. I use it since I got it many years ago. I put like a little bit of old gold. It's kind of worn off by now, but yeah, it's one of those decks that I just think it's amazing. It's by Ellen Lorenzi Prince, and the book to this deck I highly recommend to anyone who uses tarot. And I call it like my psychomagic book. You know, Alejandro Jodorowsky, he wrote this book on psychomagic, and I think Ellen gives you a lot of practical active tips that you can use with the cards and to create and co-create your reality. So this deck is definitely my forever. And then the last one that I chose, based also on, you know, I chose one oracle, and this is Chris Ann's deck, Sacred Creators Oracle. It's just, it deserves this because I use it so much, and it's I use, you know, a few cards here and there with nearly every reading, and I just like the idea of the empowering words, you know, or words adding yet another level to the reading. So Sacred Creators Oracle, and this deck holds forever. I really use it a lot, and there's just nothing wrong with it. So Forgotten Yet Amazing, that's how I called my section, Forgotten Yet Amazing. And I will start with decks that, you know, I have and I've had for a long time, yet I kind of forgotten about it. They kind of ended up on the back shelf, and today I was going through these cards and I thought like Asherah Tarot. It's so beautiful. This is how you spell it, Asherah. And I have it, is by Sarah Whitley. I have the first edition, it's from Game Crafters. I don't know, there were a few different ones, few different versions. I've got the big one, and it's just so beautiful. It's one of these decks that you really kind of wow yourself with, you know. It's really incredible. The only bummer for me is that it's based on Thoth system, and this is, I noticed, the only system sorry, of tarot that I'm just not resonating so much. It's just too esoteric. It's too much added in. And I was never such a great fan of the just this esoteric tradition which they put through. But, you know, I'm learning and I'm open and I don't mind. But you can read this deck intuitively as well. But there is just so much added to the layers of, you know, if you want to read deeper, you would have to, there's a PDF that you can get when you buy this deck, written by Sarah, and there's a lot of information. And she mostly is following also Dion Fortune, so it's really interesting, and it's such a beautiful deck. So definitely Forgotten Yet Beautiful. Another one that I really love, and kind of this is the opposite. It doesn't have too much or any esoteric meanings attached to it. It's a little bit like Anna K Tarot. It's Circo Tarot, and I just so love it. The colors, the images, how they speak. And I know that she chose those kind of fantastical creatures rather than humans, but this is kind of cool as well because they're not, you know, white, black, they can be anybody and everyone, and it's really beautiful. It actually reads for me so well. I really resonated with this deck straight away when I got it, and today when I pulled it out for this VR, I was also, you know, doing some little reading for myself, and I thought, it still reads so well. But the color scheme was so unusual when it came out. And yeah, it's gorgeous. I really love it. I think it came out under the name How to Deal Tarot, so you can take a look, because I don't know if it's still available as Circo Tarot. I have the second edition, but yeah, you can check it out. Second or third maybe. Another one that is kind of forgotten and really amazing, I think, is this, to me, is this Celtic Tarot. I think it's out of print, unfortunately, so nevertheless, I thought, I just pulled it out and I thought, wow, how could I forget about this deck, you know, because it has so, especially the mages, just such beautiful archetypes that she used. So for the star, you have the dreams, for the fool, there's the soul. And I just think it's amazing. It's totally different, so I usually use it either as a oracle or maybe more like intuitive tarot reader. You know, like I just read the messages from the images, and whatever I get kind of sparked by when I look at the cards. Because the suits have changed and it's quite heavily based on Celtic culture, so sometimes I just don't know enough about it. But it's really gorgeous. So this one is Forgotten but Amazing. And then the fourth one of Forgotten and Amazing is this cool transparent tarot, which you can, you know, like use in a different ways. Like you can use them as a story and connect cards like in lines, or you can use them kind of put the images on one another and then create a story from this. So it's very fascinating kind of deck by Emily Harding to work with, and I've had this deck, I don't know, since 2014 or something, and I've used it. I'm actually washing now this white cloth. It comes with this white cloth so that you can actually see the images better, and it's totally plastic though, so it's kind of like a bit weird to use, but the idea of it, I just find it fascinating, and how you can work with the images is a totally different way. So Transparent Tarot by Emily Harding, Forgotten and Amazing. And the last one, Forgotten and Amazing, is the Gill Tarot. I know that now it came out also in mass produced. It's mass produced, so I've got this older edition. Not sure if, I've got the edition from 1990, so it's kind of vintage by now. But it's a very interesting deck. It's in some way tough based as well, but yeah, it's got kind of this interesting kind of mix of oracle and tarot, and interesting way of showing the pips, because they kind of pippish, but yet they have a keyword, and as you can see, 5 regret, and yeah, it's beautiful. I enjoy it, and some of the cards like the moon or judgment, or it's very cool. So this deck as well was lying on my shelf forever, and I got it from a friend from England at some point, and yeah, I'm very grateful for this deck. So these were my 5 favors, 5 forevers, and 5 Forgotten and Amazing. And then I have another, because I had to cheat, I have added one group, and this is Favorable Mention, and this is kind of a mixture of Forever, Forgotten and Amazing, and favors. So one is the Crone Tarot, which I love. Any deck by Ellen Rolenzi Prince, you know, I'm in. So the Crone Tarot, I have, I think, the 2nd edition, and it is, you know, one of those decks that is deep, witchy. I love it. So this Tarot of the Crone, honorable mention for my Forever, Forgotten and Favored. Also Lumina Tarot by Inner Hue. I got this deck at some point. I think it's reads so well. I love the kind of combination of pippishness and these beautiful illustrations. It's one of the decks that I really love. So this Lumina Tarot, I wanted to mention it because it hasn't appeared in many of my videos recently. Another one is the decks by Carol Herzer, and she does the kind of renditions of Rider-Waite-Smith in different appearances. This is the Elemental Rainbows Tarot, and they kind of like plasticky and heavily laminated, but I think the colors pop up, so maybe they're not the most like, kind of fun to use, but I don't mind. I really love her decks, and I have 3 of her decks and enjoy reading them, and I reach for these decks if I want to, you know, use Rider-Waite-Smith. I noticed this will be the decks I go for, so definitely honorable mention. Elemental Rainbows by Carol Herzer. And then the last one is Dust to Onyx Tarot, which also I use, and I'm glad that I'm going to pre-order the you know, the mini version that's going to come, like a small travel size version. It's on pre-order right now by Courtney Alexander. You can check her website on Dust to Onyx, and this deck is to me very special. It's so unique on the tarot, in the tarot world in general. I can imagine how many people you know, like really loved seeing it, because they finally feel included, especially Black people, of course. But in general, I think this is just such an amazing piece of artwork, and I'm totally and forever in love with this deck. So honorable mention of this as well. So that's it, my friends. Thank you for this. Favors, forevers, and forgotten. So I hope you enjoyed it. Much love, and I speak to you soon. And if you tune in tomorrow for the interview with Sandy Hamby about rose alchemy and roses as being carriers of pure love codes, you of course very welcome. Also, I wanted to show you that this wand is still wanting a keeper. It comes with this beautiful citrine, and with the branch that I found in my park. It still has a little bit of moss attached to it. It feels very kind of, I call it elder, because that's how it feels. I added 2 little owl feathers, and it's $120 including postage worldwide. If you think this is for you, just write me an email or message. And this is the last one I think I have on offer. Oh no, there's one more. Let me just show you. There's also this one. I call it Rosemary. It comes with this cool branch with, you know, barnacles, and with tangerine quartz, raw tangerine quartz, and a little rose that I added. It kind of feels snaky a little bit, but yeah, I really enjoy it. So this one is 90 and this one is 120. And yes, if you like any of those, there's more pictures and descriptions on my website, on Facebook, Wands of Transformation, so you can check it out. But that's it. I'm tuning out. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye.